So in this video, I'm going to discuss the guess the winner problem which occurred in today's CODECHEF challenge. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ping me up on Instagram. Even you can join my Discord server. I'll provide both the links in the comment section. I'll pin them. So the problem statement was very simple. It is stated that you're given a number. At this, both Bob and Alice are playing a game where there is a number and they have to find any prime odd divisor of the number and subtract that from the number. And if the person can't find it, then the other person wins. Okay, so for this 2, so there is no odd prime divisor of 2, so simply Bob wins it because Alice makes the first move and then Bob makes it. So when Alice makes the move, so 2, nothing is possible, so Bob wins. And for 5, obviously Bob chooses 5 because 5 is the greatest possible prime number because it's still a prime number. So if we subtract it from it, so you get 0, and now Bob is left with no moves because there is no number, no prime odd divisor of 0. So now in this case Alice moves. Okay, Alice wins, sorry. So now the question is, what is the approach to solve this? The basic approach is find the greedy approach. Okay, now what is the greedy approach? The greedy approach is, what will Alice or Bob, when whoever is having his chance, will choose. Okay, now what is they going to choose? They have to choose the greatest odd prime divisor of that number. Now why? So let's say he has a prime divisor. So let's say the number is n and he has a prime divisor p. So if he chooses p, so if this is the greatest, okay, if this is the greatest possible, then after one operation it becomes n minus p, right? Now remember one thing, n mod p is equal to 0, right? Now if n minus p, then if it is a positive number, then also n mod p, the new n, that is n minus p mod p, is also going to be 0, right? And so it becomes n minus 2p, then n minus 3p similarly. Okay, and it goes on till n becomes 0, right? So this is the greedy approach. Now what you may say, sorry, now what you may say is, so this is the reason why they use the greatest, because that gives you the best opportunity. That is, for every condition you have to go like this and find n minus kp. Okay, so that it is n minus kp is equal to 0. So how can we find k? So what we have to do is we have to find k. So what is k is actually, so n is equal to kp. If n minus kp is 0, so n is equal to kp and k is equal to n by p, right? So so step 1, find the greatest odd prime divisor, and then find k, that is n by p, right? N by p. So this is basically p, and then find k, which is n by p. Now remember one thing, if the greatest odd divisor is actually 2, right? So we know that we can't use 2 because 2 is a prime number, right? But it is even, so we can't use it. So if it is 2, then we can simply say that Bob wins it. Okay, otherwise we have to find k, right? K means how many times it has to pass through these steps unless it becomes 0. Now the thing is, what if k, that is, what is k? K is even or odd. So now let me divide the cases. That is, if the p, okay, if p is equal to 2, okay, if p is equal to 2, Bob is the answer. Else, if this k, okay, k is even, so let's say first k is odd. Okay, so if k is odd, then the answer is Alice, else answer is Bob. So let me justify it. So let me write it afresh. So it is, if p is equal to 0, it is going to be Bob. Else if, okay, if p is equal, else if k mod 2 is equal to 1, that is k is odd, then it is Alice, else Bob. Now how we are going to do this? That is, if P is like 2, if the greatest possible is 2, so Alice can't make a move, so Bob wins. Now if Alice can make a move, so we have to find how many moves are possible, right? So if the number of moves possible is odd, that means Bob gets a chance and Bob can't move it. So Alice becomes like, so let's say if we can make one move, so Alice makes the move, now Bob can't make the move, right? And let's say if the number of moves was 3, so Alice makes a move, Bob makes a move, then Alice makes a move, and again Bob can't make a move. So obviously who wins? Alice, right? And if none of this condition satisfy, so it is Bob. So for this case we can see that the greatest odd prime device of 2 is 2. Sorry, it is not odd actually. So the greatest device, so over here you don't need to check odd, because obviously it is difficult to check like whether it is odd or not. So it is 2, the greatest prime divisor of it is 2, and 2, so P is equal to 2, so output Bob. Now for this it is going to be 5, and what is P? P is equal to 5, so now K is equal to N by P, right? So that is 5 by 5, that is 1. So K is odd, right? So K is odd, so print Alice. So I hope this is clear. Now something like some optimization you may require in this code, that is find the greatest, that is this function. So this function is very simple. You can like while I into I is equal to less than equal to n, you can run this and check if n mod I, that is while n mod I is equal to 0, while n mod I is equal to 0, n by is equal to I, right? So this is something that you have to try to find out the largest, but this thing is going to give you a TLE. Okay, so this thing is going to give you a TLE. So a better approach, like I will recommend you, so that is if n mod I is equal to 0, in spite of running this while so many times, you can do what? N by is equal to in spite of I, power of I comma log of n by log of I. That is how many times I has to be multiplied to make n, and you multiply I with that number of times. Okay, so this is like a better approach, that this is an optimized approach. Okay, optimized approach. So you have to use this optimized approach, and once you are done with this, so you get the answer. So that's it from my side. Thank you. If you still have any doubt, the Discord link and the Insta link will be in the comment section. Just pick me up. So that's it from my side. Thank you.